About Tropical Storm Beta, and the main impacts on Acadiana will be the threat of locally heavy rainfall. That will continue for several more days, but there's a silver lining at the end of the 10-day forecast, and we'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit. Now, flood watches posted as of yesterday, and they're going to continue through Wednesday evening for cumulative rains in the 3 to 8 inch range. There could be hot spots up to a foot. Where? Well, that is your guess is as good as mine, and we'll see how it plays out. We have some idea on the trouble areas, but can't tell you who's going to see the most rainfall. And we have those flood watches back to Texas as well. We see our tropical storm right here and two distinct rain areas, one southeastern Louisiana that's been persistent over the last several days, and our tropical storm that is just about making it onto land. It looks like the closest center of circulation is just about here. Just near the Port Lavaca area. That's going to be moving inland and then kind of meandering across southeast Texas, being nearly stationary for the next day, and then beginning to move off to the east and northeast in response to an upper level trough that'll be coming in and finally kicking this system out. But between now and then, we'll have to watch the rain areas near the core of the storm, the rain areas and the big rain bands east of the system. That's over here by southeast Louisiana, and maybe in between we see some action popping up overnight tonight through tomorrow morning as suggested by some of our models. And it's been interesting because we've seen a couple of disturbances in deep tropical moisture coming out of the Bahamas, moving across South Florida and getting entrained in this eastern outer rain band that has been quite persistent. So this is going to be the area to watch for Louisiana next couple of days. And then we'll be watching the core of this system as it finally moves through Acadiana by Wednesday, Thursday. But by that time, it will be well below a tropical storm. We think a tropical depression. Notice wind shear really killing the deep convection on this. So this is good news for rainfall, good news for wind and everything else. And late this evening, we'll see this flare up again tonight. But right now, that upper level wind shear really having an impact on the system. 45-mile-per-hour winds. It kind of sits on the Texas coast and then makes a move off to the east-northeast, coming through as a tropical depression or weak low as we go into Wednesday and Thursday. Rainfall threat, heavy rainfall threat will continue through that time. So here we go with the graph model that's done a good job with the tropics this year so far. You can see the threat of locally heavy rainfall through midnight tonight. Texas maybe starting to edge into Louisiana with some of the action reforming back to the west that we saw over by southeast Louisiana, and that comes into coastal Acadiana tomorrow. So we could see some localized flooding situations going on, at least street flooding through tomorrow, and then we'll be watching the storm system as it slowly moves eastward with time, and then more rain bands coming in as we head into Wednesday. And in this type of pattern, you can see the rain at day, during the night, and we just have to go with pretty high rain chances through at least Wednesday, and then maybe begin to tone things down on Thursdays. The system should be getting north and east of the area. Here's the graph model rainfall, and notice many areas seeing 2 to 8 inches of rain. Hot spots on this model down along the coast, southeast Texas, and even northeast Louisiana, where rainfall tallies could be in the 10 or 12 inch range. And here's the Euro model really giving Acadiana a big soaking. So somewhere in between the two models, the truth lies. But the bottom line, expect 4 to 8 inches of rain and isolated amounts much higher than that in spots. Not everywhere, isolated spots. So 69 the low with rain and storms redeveloping later on tonight. 70% on your rain chance. Tomorrow highs in the mid to upper 70s. Could be breezy at times with winds turning more easterly, but winds haven't been as strong as they have been over the last couple of days, but they'll pick up again as that low pressure gets back closer to us. And as we go down the road, rain chances finally toning down for Friday. Weekend looking good, and look at this. Cool front arrives Monday, and we could see temperatures by the end of this 10-day forecast in the upper 50s. That's it for weather. Now over to Marcel.